Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. The first one, we gotta start this video off with is the most recent physique update by Nick Walker. Alright, so I'm sure at this point most of you have probably already seen this photo. I was unable to make a video about it yesterday because I was celebrating my 30th birthday, and maybe you can hear it in my voice that I'm a little bit hungover, but we gotta talk about these topics. I gotta make a video about this right now before it's too late, because when I saw this last night, I was enjoying my time sipping on my rakia and listening to Serbian folk music. I just opened up my phone, opened up the Instagram, and I saw this. And I was like, what the hell, man? I almost spilled my drink. I was like, what the hell is going on in this photo right here? Nick Walker looks like a complete monster at this point, right now. At 2.5 weeks basically out of the Mr. Olympia. So he's pretty much ready to compete. I don't think he needs to do pretty much any more work, honestly. I think he's pretty much there. I mean, from this point until the Mr. Olympia, he doesn't have to chase conditioning anymore. That's for sure. What can he work on? Like, can he work on, I don't know, getting harder, more full, or like more grainy? I don't think so, guys. I don't think there is anything to do at this point. This is him peaked. I think this is him at like 100%. His skin is freaking thin. This is freaking onion skin. Look at the legs. Look at the lower belly. Like, look at the whole physique. Everything is just completely peeled. He's completely shredded. Skin looks thin everywhere, in every single body part. And also, the fullness is there as well. The fullness is definitely there. He does not look flat. Maybe if he carved up, he would look even bigger. So there's a possibility of that maybe in the next 2 weeks, he somehow works on his fullness and comes in even bigger, even fuller, even rounder. Is that even a possibility? I mean, I definitely can't see him getting any leaner than this. So what the hell are we supposed to expect at a Mr. Olympia? I think there is one thing that we can potentially expect, and that's that he can win the Mr. Olympia. And based on what I'm hearing from other people, it seems like more and more people are actually starting to believe in Nick Walker as the next Mr. Olympia. And I was definitely one of them since a while ago, since the Pittsburgh Pro basically. I had him in my prediction. I never said that he is most likely to win. He's definitely not the favorite, of course. He wasn't at the Mr. Olympia stage for the past 2 years. He was beaten by Derek recently. So on paper, he's definitely not the favorite. But if you look at his physique, it's hard to imagine anybody really beating this. Now, the only way Nick can lose is in the transitions, basically the way Phil Heath lost the 2018 Mr. Olympia to Sean Roden, even though Phil was probably like a better bodybuilder in every sense except for his midsection control. And that is exactly the reason why Nick lost the Pittsburgh to Derek, because of his midsection and nothing else, and why Nick Walker is probably gonna have a really tough time winning the Mr. Olympia against guys like Samson Dowder, like Derek Lunsford, like Heidi Chopin. If they give this victory to Nick Walker, what kind of a message does that send in the world? What is bodybuilding all about? We gotta consider that as well. You know, it's not very likely for the judges to actually place this guy as the representation of the whole sport, because bodybuilding would become less mainstream with Nick Walker representing it. And he is probably the most popular bodybuilder, the bodybuilder with the most fans. And if he won the Mr. Olympia, the existing fans would go crazy about the sport, about bodybuilding, about Nick. But would this grow the sport to another level? Would it expand it? Would it help make it a little bit more mainstream? No, it definitely would not. If anything, it would kind of set us back a little bit. So there is that. That's something to consider. This physique is not pretty. It's not pretty at all. If you are a bodybuilding fan, a hardcore bodybuilding fan, and if you're watching my channel, you probably are, you find this physique super impressive. You're here for the freak show. You want to see how far can a human body be pushed, to what limits. And that's what hardcore bodybuilding fans are about, but most people are not, unfortunately. So even though this is open bodybuilding, the criteria, especially lately, has been definitely a little bit different. The judges are definitely paying attention to the aesthetics, and if you want to win the biggest show of them all, you gotta be very, very complete. So can Nick Walker do anything about that? Can he control his midsection to that point, to that level that doesn't even get noticed next to the guys like Samson Dowler, Derek Lunsford, and Harry Chopin and the others? Can he do that? Can he pull that? Well, maybe if he practiced vacuums every single day since the New York Pro until the Mr. Olympia 5 times a day or something like that. Did he do that? I don't think so. Yeah, in this photo his midsection looks flat, but on the stage, in the transitions, I'm sure it's gonna hang out a little bit, so it's gonna be difficult for Nick to win, even though he's definitely going to be the freakiest guy on that stage. The biggest, pound for pound, and potentially even the most conditioned one. And based on this look right here, it seems like he's nailing the peak as well. I mean, unless they mess it up somehow and he tries to get maybe more conditioned than this and he loses the fullness, or they try to come in too full and he loses the condition. Anything is possible. That's also a possibility. But based on Nick's track record, I'm pretty sure he's going to be on. So if he nails the peak and if he is super massive as he is already and as conditioned as he is, I mean, it's gonna be like he's gonna look super crazy on that stage. You know, in terms of muscularity and conditioning and the freak factor, he's going to beat all those guys. But are they gonna give it to him because of that look that he has, of the lack of aesthetics, of the big midsection? Not a hanging bubble gut. He doesn't really have that too much. It's just a big midsection. It takes a lot of space and it ruins his aesthetics. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be an issue. Even though in this photo right here, his midsection looks flat, really flat. And he is massive overall, full, blasting full, legs are big and full and hard. This is a freaky physique update for sure, and he is definitely going to be one of the most impressive guys on that stage. But tell me guys, what do you think? Can he win the Mr. Olympia? Alright, the next thing we got for today is something also very, very interesting. It's been a while since we saw a proper physique update by one of the favorites to win the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia title. That's right, guys. This year, we're gonna have a new Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. It's done with Chris Bumstead. That era is over. We're gonna have something new on that throne. Maybe, most likely, that's going to be Mike Sommerfeld. But is he? Is he actually gonna win this? Is he gonna win this easily? Can he even win this at all? Or is the right question, can he beat Ramon Dino? Because look at this madness right here, guys. I mean, the photo is kind of dark, but you can get the idea of what his conditioning, what his look is at 2.5 weeks out of the Mr. Olympia. We actually got a couple of photos. Let's take a look at them. Ramon Dino at 2.5 weeks out of the Mr. Olympia definitely looks big, man. He definitely looks freaking massive. Logan Franklin is onto something. He is saying that there is no chance of Ramon Dino making the weight, and now I can definitely see why he thinks that. Because right now Ramon Dino is super freaking huge, man. This is actually really freaking big. For classic physique, this is absolutely massive, and I feel like you can't really even truly grasp the size of this guy based on the photos because his forearms look really massive. He has huge forearms, and for some reason it kind of makes his physique look smaller when he's standing alone. You know, because his forearms are not proportionate to the rest of his body. But yeah, this guy is freaking massive. He's actually really huge, and it seemed like he actually took some time off to put on more size. And it looks like he's coming back improved. You know, he wasn't like, I'm already the weight cap, I'm gonna take it easy and just get shredded for the show and that's it. So that's something he did for the Arnold Classic that one year, and he looked horrible because he dieted for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks before the show. Before that, he wasn't even doing bodybuilding. This year, he definitely took a different approach coming to the Mr. Olympia. He focused on improving, on growing, and he's gonna make the weight somehow, barely. Maybe he won't even succeed, but if he does, if he actually manages to make the weight for Classic, he is going to be freaking huge on that stage, maxed out, fully. Look at him from the back as well. This is good, guys. This is definitely impressive. Conditioning is really good, and a lot of size is there. And like he's 2.5 weeks out. There isn't really that much time left for him to lose more weight. This is very close to what he's gonna look like on that stage. You know, yeah, sure, he'll get leaner, he'll get drier, he'll deplete for the show, and he'll do what it takes to make the weight, and he'll try to bounce back as much as possible in that 1 day or 2, but it won't be too much, so he's definitely gonna be smaller than he is right here, but leaner, and not that much smaller. 2.5 weeks isn't enough time to lose up a whole bunch of weight. He'll probably look, similar in terms of size, but more conditioned, fuller, harder, and yeah, this is definitely looking impressive. I think this guy, Ramon Dino, is the only guy that can actually truly challenge Mike Sommerfeld this year. Now, there is another very, very interesting thing about Ramon Dino. I don't know if you guys saw this video.
That's good. Know this.
Know this. Ok.
Go right into that.
Vai direto nessa daí. Não faz aquela.
Yeah, it looks much better. You don't want to show anything where you don't look your best.
Okay.
This doesn't show anything. Waste of time.
So basically, Steve Weinberger is calling out Ramon Dino for doing the crucifix pose, telling him no more of this, stop doing this, it's a waste of time, it doesn't do anything. And it sort of became Ramon's signature pose over the years. I mean, of course, back in the day, there were some other bodybuilders, big-name bodybuilders, who had this pose as their signature pose, like Lee Priest, like Mike Manser before that, like Paul Dillette, all the guys with big arms. And Ramon Dino kind of made it popular in classic physique these days, and he definitely did this pose a lot. A lot. If you close your eyes, I'm sure you can imagine Ramon Dino hitting this pose. He does have pretty good arms, but not like Lee Priest, right? Not like Paul Dillette. So if you have arms like those guys, like Sergio Oliva, for example, as well, you can do a really good crucifix pose. But for Ramon Dino, I don't know. And basically, Steve Weinberger is like, no more of this. Stop doing this. It's a waste of time. It doesn't look good. Stop it. And basically, Ramon Dino kind of responded to that with a video. Check this out.
Se tiver isso, ele olhar e ver o que fica melhor na gente, né? Ele é um dos principais do OLYMPIA, faz isso há 40 anos, então ele sabe o que está fazendo, ele sabe o que é melhor pra gente apresentar no palco, então vamos respeitar a opinião dele, tá? Cada um tem sua opinião, ele tem a dele, vocês têm a de vocês, mas apenas mais respeito. E a gente tá aqui por isso, buscando melhorias e tudo, e vocês também têm que entender o que é bom pra gente, sabe? E não só pela visão de vocês, sim pela visão de quem realmente vai ajudar a gente, tá bom?
Alright, so what Ramon says here is kind of weird, to be honest. Basically what he says is Steve can have his own opinion, and his opinion is important. I respect his opinion. He has been a judge for 40 years, and he's one of the main guys judging the Mr. Olympia. But it doesn't sound like he's going to take his advice. Why is that? I mean, the guy is going to judge him literally at the Mr. Olympia. Why is he not going to take his advice? Beats me, guys, beats me. And how am I so sure that he's actually not going to take Steve's advice? Well, because he posted this photo as well. Yeah, based on that video as well, but also he just posted this photo. If he wasn't planning on doing the crucifix pose at Mr. Olympia, would he be posting it in his physique update at 2.5 weeks out? And he actually put this photo last. So is he trying to say that he's going to do this even though Steve told him not to do it because he loves it and he doesn't even care about what Steve thinks? I have no idea what he's thinking, but if you ask me about his crucifix pose, I mean, yeah, I think I would agree with Steve Weinberger. You know, I don't think it really does much. I don't think it accomplishes a lot. If he had arms like freaking Lee Priest or Paul Dillette or somebody like that, Rolly Winkler, I don't know, maybe it would look better. But for a classic guy to be doing a crucifix pose, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless that classic guy has humongous arms. And Ramon Dino's arms are not that big. Like, they're great for classic, especially forearms, but they're not like super impressively big. No. That's why I don't think this does much, this pose. Yeah, like it's a nice pose, and if you have solid arms, you can make your physique flow well, but really, it doesn't show much. I agree with Steve Weinberger. I don't think it accomplishes a lot in Ramon's case. So basically, I don't know if he's going to listen to Steve Weinberger. Is he actually going to hit that pose on the stage? If he does, people will notice after all this. So it's gonna be interesting to actually see that. Do I think he can win the Mr. Olympia though? Yeah. Yeah, I think he looks that good. And even with doing the crucifix pose, he can win the Mr. Olympia unless he offends Steve Weinberg or something like that. Whatever you guys think about this, tell me down below in the comment section. Alright, the next physique update we got is from Michal Krizo at 4 weeks out of the British Grand Prix. That's right. He's actually not just doing the Prague Pro, he's gonna do a show 1 week before Prague as well, and that's the British Grand Prix. Who else is doing that show? I have no idea. As far as I know, there are no big names doing that show. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be a great show, but now with Krizo's entry, it's gonna be more interesting for sure. This is what Krizo looks like right now at 4 weeks out. Does he look better? Does he look improved? Is his posing better? It seems like he's trying, to be honest. It seems like he's trying to pose a little bit better, but I don't know if he's succeeding, to be honest. I think he needs an actual posing coach, somebody to drill him for hours every day, to teach him how to control every single body part, every little finger, right? Like from his toes to his neck. Everything needs to be perfectly controlled. He needs to learn how to do that because naturally he's just not meant to be a great poser. This guy probably doesn't know how to dance. You know, he seems like he's a little bit too clumsy, his balance is off, he doesn't have that sense of rhythm. So I think he needs to practice the posing like very, very seriously. He needs to devote himself to it the way he's devoted to the diet and the training. And if he does that, he can go a long way, man. So do I see improvements in posing? Maybe a little bit, not a lot. As far as conditioning, for 4 weeks out, this is great. And does he look better or worse or the same? I would say pretty much the same. Maybe this time around he's going to bring better condition, but I mean, I don't know. Like last time when we saw him at the New York Pro, for example, he was peeled out of his mind. Like he couldn't have been any more shredded. Could have he been bigger? Sure. Can he grow more now? Yeah, why not? Everybody can, but I don't think that's an issue, really. Like, he needs to improve certain body parts, like his glutes and his back, which I think he did improve. You can't really see it here, but he posted a physique update a couple of weeks ago in which you were able to see that his glutes and his back seem to have made some progress. So overall, I do think this is going to be a little bit better Krizo, not anything crazy different, but a little bit better, good enough to beat Keon Pearson at the Prague Pro. Whew, not very likely, not very likely. I don't see that happening, to be honest. No. But I think he can win the British Grand Prix in 4 weeks and qualify for the 2026 Mr. Olympia. And he most certainly looks super impressive here, man. Like, this guy needs to be on the Mr. Olympia stage. It's just beating Keon Pearson, that's probably mission impossible. But we'll see. We'll find out in 5 weeks from now. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you guys need coaching, somebody to help you get shredded for your show, or to get bigger during the winter, or to get lean for a wedding, whatever is your goal, you can DM me on Instagram at even bodybuilding coaching. I can help you with that, guys. I'm very affordable, I'm not too expensive, and I'm also always available for you guys. Just DM me over there if you want my help. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.